Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Queen's Wish. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today in the Flint Pit as we take copper and wood. As is our right, I should say. This takes us outside, doesn't it? Yes, it does. So we're taking care of business here and liberating some slaves. I'm sorry, they're Owen, because they still have their pride, wastes. And we have wolves around here for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but I'm good. I mean, wolves are beautiful creatures, and they also are very evasive, and they can't do damage because I block their damage. That's what you get, Mr. Wolf. That is what you get, and I get fine fur. I actually don't get fine fur. I get money. That's what your skin amounts to. Money. It amounts to money. So, the reason we're here is because I actually don't remember who gave us this quest. Helping both sides. Oh, right. It's the Murba thing that obviously is on the side of the slave owners, because it has slaves in there. This both sides nonsense. It's just the way of helping the ones that have the power at the moment. And we have Wolf Tender Ewer. I wonder what he does. 16 damage and weakness. Evasion on that wolf. Ooh, nice attack right there. Good job. Can't reach the target. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Okay, then Mario can reach up. And Jeff will do a whirlwind. Everybody evades. I don't like that as much. Critical for 19. A critical for 8 on our side. For Mario. I should be able to attack you now. And we got that sweet, lovely bacon. And I will attack you here as well. Some evasion, but not too much evasion. And I guess it's as good a time as any to finish our job here. Okay. There we go. Only one energy as a reward. That I could have used more. Give me all the energy, please. Don't give me the stone. I don't need the stone, I think. Is it this? No, the wood is the one that I have the most of. The stone I might need. And look who it is. Warlord Blaine. No, that's not the quick save. That's the quick save. There we go. You have finally found Warlord Blaine. He's sitting at the bottom of a pit, sharing lunch with his warriors. He could have fled to the south, but he stayed here to wait for you. He rises and draws his sword.
I knew Haven coming was the end. Your kind devour everything you find. You can't help it.
I still don't appreciate being lectured by you.
I only say the truth.
Yeah, I forgot his voice, by the way. I bet you wish you hadn't challenged Haven now, hey?
It wouldn't have mattered. Once you returned, we were all doomed. We could see it. The Agriel weren't so mad that they couldn't see it. Even the dirty dumb Ukatish saw it.
You are cornered.
No, we waited for you. We won't flee anymore. We will end your tyranny right here.
You notice heads poking out over the pit edge above you. The Owen are watching.
Why did you have to slaughter my warriors? Couldn't there have been one city you left alone?
My mother forced me to. I'm leaving Sacramentum as soon as possible.
Your mother? We are a punishment for you. We were assigned to you like chores. We are the playthings for kings and queens, all of us.
He points his blade at you.
We challenge you. Someone has to stop this madness.
I sympathize with him, but my character doesn't. Although I don't sympathize with him because he's a slaver jerk. You still haven't challenged... no, you still haven't challenged me. So you still challenge me, I ask.
We have no choice, do we? This is the only place we can be safe now.
He shouts a command, and they charge. There's plenty of choice, my dude. I mean, on your side, certainly. On my side, maybe not so much. Definitely not so much. So we have a priest down there. That is bad news. Let's start off with Haven's Might. We have a priest coming up. We have Mario being all Mario-ish. There we go. An evasion. Okay, and stun resisted. That's what you get. We get evasion over there as well. Another evasion. Mario is evading for days. That's good news. We have a defender over here. That might be a bit of a problem. Let's try and move over here. See if I can... Nope, I need to walk for that. Let's attack you here for 6 damage. Very poor. Very poor. We have bludgeon, senseless. Slow, weaken, confused. Yeah, let's go with that. There we go. Slowed, confused, weakness, all bad things. And that's what you get for being a slaver. And, well, I guess he's only an accomplice. He works for slavers. How do you say the people who work with the criminals? They're accomplices, right? Am I wrong on that? Anyway, correct me in the comments. Thank you very much in advance. So we're just gonna do a little bit of whirlwind attacks over here since these guys don't want to join the fun. Oh, look at that! We have scorpions joining in on the fun. So you're slowed and confused, so I don't mind that as much. Let's attack okay, that whirlwind was weird. Okay, that's a miss. Let's step aside. And do a little bit of poison. There we go. A little bit of bacon from that, lovely. From that, what's the word? Scorpion. And unfortunately, they sneezed on us, and now we're all poisoned. Gross. I don't have cure. A cure all, I should say. That's a priest. What can I do here? I can do bludgeon senseless. There you go. Evaded. Not there you go then. Can't do anything else. Let's just attack you there for a kill. We have, I think that was, what was that? Terrence takes 5 points. I don't know what that was. It doesn't, apparently it doesn't show up on this thing. Combat log. Our poison is gonna be an issue here. There we go. That definitely applied. Let's do another whirlwind. Let's do... Okay, that's interesting. I need Haven's Mercy. Oh my god. Haven's Mercy is not going to come soon enough, though. I do have... yeah, I can do it. Not everybody got cured, unfortunately. Let's brutally blow you. That's not how that verb is conjugated. We got a full heal over... Not a full heal, but a little bit of a heal. Right there. Something is going on over here. I'm not really sure what he did. Evasion. And that's an evasion over there. That's another sneeze. My god, can you please stop with that? That's really annoying. And the evasion, of course, just prolonging the battle quite a lot. But it's almost... Oh no, I'm an idiot! I fell into... Ooh. Warlord Blaine falls. For all of his arrogance, he was just another petty bully with delusions of grandeur. Haven's soldiers have to dispose of them all the time. In fact, getting rid of petty tyrants is one of the services Haven offers to its vassals. Which is funny, because the big tyrants, they stay, and they're actually, in fact, the preferred vassals of Haven. I'm referring to the Masha? Anyway, now that he is gone, the Squarry might be able to ship stone to Fort West Bay. Perhaps you could look around and see if there's anyone still in charge here. There is anyone still in charge here. We also leveled up, which is lovely. I do enjoy a good level up. And what do you know? All level ups are good. Can you please... Oh my god, I'm doing all the terrible things! All the terrible... Just keep shooting. I don't... It's fine. Let's see what happens when you die. Your thing stays behind? Well, I guess your thing stays behind. Okay, well, poison all me, and that's that. We have a lot of healing waves at the ready, no problem whatsoever. So there you go. Not too shabby. More stone, more silver, which is good. And we got Chieftain's Fang for 1 vicious strikes. I don't know what that means. What do you have right now? You have bleed resist? Nobody needs bleed resist. You can bleed all day long. It doesn't matter. Especially as a healer. That goes over there. Okay, that goes over here. What is that? Vicious Strikes. Is that an ability? Let's see. It's probably a cultural ability. Which I wouldn't have access to, most likely. Mario might have something. Where is he from? Is he from here? No, you're from... maybe it isn't. Well, would it be support? I can see it being support. Huh. As it turns out, it isn't. It might be like another name for critical hits, although I doubt it. Yeah. I don't know what that is, but I like it. And no, actually, well, I should know what that is, right? It doesn't say anywhere over here. So there really is no reason for you to wear it if I don't know what it is. Right? Anyway, we did it. We get more wood and get a lot of that. We should probably not be picking the wood up if we don't have use for it. Basically, it goes nowhere because there's a maximum. And so, yeah, it's a whole thing that I am not optimizing, but it doesn't matter. It's all fine. I think it's all fine. We're gonna be a lot more limited than everywhere else. Speaking of people who are in charge, Foreman Janus sits by the fire. He's understandably nervous. I met someone named Warlord... No, I killed Warlord Blaine. Janus smiles. We know. We watched the battle from the top of the pit. Glorious. We are all very grateful. However, we aren't sure what to do. This quarry was owned by Castle Andesite, and our Masher are gone. Probably dead. It is a harsh time, and we have nowhere to go. Well, let's see what options we have. Perhaps I could own the Owen here. Option number 1. Option number 2. The Owen here owe me a favor. They must work here for Haven, for a salary. I think that last bit was just added just to... This isn't the really, really bad option. It's just the bad option. The Owen are free to come and go. Haven can provide its own workers. Yeah, that's good enough. I am grateful. Haven is very generous. I'm sure many of us will stay here until we find other places to go to. Haven's workers will be welcome. We will send stone to Fort West Bay as payment for your help. Yeah, there really isn't any consideration here about who owns the quarry. It's just immediately taken as it's ours. I don't care about you. You are all evicted. I know you all spent your life over here, but screw you, get out. And that's basically how that worked out. But apparently they think that's generous. I wouldn't think that was generous. I'd be very upset. But then again, maybe I would be thankful that Jeff didn't kill them all, considering, you know, the history of Haven and whatnot. So we did that down here, and that means we can go back to Merba. And in Merba... Oh, we didn't explore everything. This is good news, because that way I can just go to places that I haven't been to. We have Viralar Masha over here. Definitely haven't talked to you. I'm so sorry. I'll be right back. I believe it wasn't over here. Murdus Umuzi. Why won't you talk to me? I'm doing my best. However, I should not talk to you. Why won't you talk to me? You are a oh, yeah, this conversation. Very weird conversation. Okay, I had the impression that I had that conversation already. That's why I wasn't reading it. And then over here, we have Bridges. No longer a Viscount. Viscountess? Whatever. The Warlord of the Flint Pit has been removed. Nobody will be sad to hear it. What happened to the Owen there? They fled, I think. I wish them well. Their Masha abandoned them. I won't hunt them. They should be free. They should find some safety in this land. Okay. Any other ways I can help? Yes, it is a hard thing in a distant place. Mechlen Quarry, to the southwest on the other side of the mountains. There is a standoff there. All I know is there are soldiers outside the quarry, Owen trapped inside. They stared at each other for months. Both sides would be happy if all were sent home, but it will take an outsider to make it happen. This is an interesting situation. How do I get to Mechlin Quarry? Tough. You need to pass the mountain range. There are two routes. Tablin Pass, well, to the west, held... No, right, it's well to the west, held by the Masha, and Smoky Peaks to the south, held by rebels. And the Vol sure has a lot of quarries. The Creator with capital C made us. The Creator with capital C gave us rock, so we work the rock. How should I end the stalemate? That is your decision. Both sides would be happiest and most impressed if it was done peacefully, and then of course you could claim the quarry for your own. Are you sure it would be... They would be most impressed? Or do you mean that I would get the most impression if I did it peacefully? Because, you know, you get, let's say, 6 out of 10 from both sides. That's a total of 12 stars. But if you get 10 out of 10 from one side and 0 out of 10 from another, then that's a total of 10. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'll see what I can do about that. But first, I will level up. And hopefully I will remember the name of the quarry. Can I leave? My god, these people. I hate them. Oh my god. They're blocking my path, by the way. That's why I couldn't leave. Merva Owen. Merva Owen. Merva Owen. And then we have Vialarar Masha. This is an ancient hall. The stone floor is worn with deep ruts left by centuries of leaders, guards, and honored visitors. Hiccup. There's a man sitting at the end of this stone table. The last few years have left him weary and broken. He looks you over, barely able to summon the energy to respond. Finally, he decides that he has no choice. He rises to shake your hand. I am Governor Vir Alar Masha. I have been trusted to rule Murba. And who are you? Yeah, you see? It's a town ruled by Masha, even. I am Prince Jeff of Haven. Governor Vir Alar Masha nods. I am honored, Prince. So Haven is back at last. Very interesting timing. You arrive when the Vol is unstable, as I'm sure you have seen. You are welcome in Murba. However, there's something you must know. What's that? I care about my city. We are in a delicate balance. The rebels do not destroy us because I do not fight for the other Masha. The Masha do not sack us because they think I am not helping the rebels. I will deal with you, however. I cannot loudly take sides between the Owen and the Masha. No, we've gone over this. I don't need to rehash what I have said. Well, actually, my character might be able to rehash what I have said. Let's see. The first option is perhaps someone should end the slavery of the Owen. Okay. Enslavement of the Owen is probably a better way of putting it. I have interest in helping the Owen is the second option. I don't care about the colonies at all. Apparently, we're just not calling them... what does the game call them? Vassal states. Yes, we're just going out and calling them what they are. Yeah, let's go with this one. Perhaps someone should end the enslavement of the Owen. The Owen are not slaves. No. Perhaps... whatever they are, somebody should end them. Can we not dwell on words? No, we can't. The answer is we can't not dwell on words. We will dwell on that. They are workers who are repaying a debt. No matter how angry they are, the truth does not change. Still, your views are noted. Can I kill you now? Anyway, I am free to talk. Perhaps I will help you better understand our noble system. Just understand that I have limits. Yes, the tip of my blade is your limit. I would like to know about Murba. This is a proud city, as old and with as storied a history. That's a storied history. That is, well, it's not the first time I hear that, but it is a weird thing to say. As any in the Vol, if not as wealthy. Much of our finest stone comes from the quarries around here. How old is this city? Nobody is sure. These walls... Our history doesn't go back that far. It's not that storied. These walls are at least 5 centuries old. All born in Murba know that this city is a gift to them, and it is our responsibility to pass it to the next generation.
That is why I'm trying to keep the two armies of this war from sacking it.
How has Merba fared in the war?
I have led us down a dangerous path. I control this city and have made us neutral. Loyalists and rebels have come to our streets. All trade and drink here. I have made us an oasis. And in the Vol, everyone can come to an oasis.
And both sides accept this?
Yes, but only through the most careful diplomacy on our part. I have not had a full night's sleep in 3 years. I have punished raiders and thieves on both sides. Soldiers from both sides have been in our stocks. Both sides have grudges against me. It is the price I pay to keep my city safe.
In reality, this city wouldn't stay safe. For example, Portugal during World War II, I say Portugal because I'm from Portugal, stood neutral during World War II, and it is telling that it was governed by a fascist regime. That should tell you a little bit about what neutral means here. But anyway, what happened is we supplied what did we supply? Oh, wolfram. What is the name of that? Tungsten. Yes, tungsten for both the British and the German. And while the what's the word? Sort of day-to-day life in certain parts of the country, namely where the mines were and all that sort of stuff. While the day-to-day life is sort of similar to what he's saying, like they sleep and drink and whatnot. Similar to that, you had German soldiers like a few hundred meters away from British soldiers protecting the mines and all this sort of stuff here in Portugal during World War II, and they were just doing their what's the word for a job of a soldier? There's a name for it. They were doing their job, but as a soldier to say something else, said like their orders. Anyway, they were just coexisting, and they did indeed coexist. There's some interesting stories like that. And the only reason why Portugal was well, there's a lot of speculation as to what Spain was gonna do, because Spain also stood neutral, and it was also a fascist regime under Franco, I think, at the time already. But there was a lot of tension, and the only reason why Portugal actually managed to navigate, or at least as far as I understand it anyway. I studied it a little bit, but studied this I majored in archaeology, so I had some history classes. And this is a recent affair, of course, it's World War II. But the only reason why we sort of kept things under control and weren't basically taken over by the British or the German is because we were useful to them. Because we had something that we, Portugal, had something that both of those sides needed. Putting both of their soldiers in the stocks, that is, yeah, they would take you. They would take over you. They would take over you. Now, he briefly mentions that he made this an oasis, but that's basically the only line that sort of justifies the city being a neutral city. There is, I believe, a better example of a country that stood I say a better example. I mean, probably a more important example of a country that stood neutral throughout World War II, which is Switzerland. But I don't know the story of Switzerland and how that worked, and I don't know the government of Switzerland at the time, and I don't know anything about that. So I'm just, yeah. Maybe Switzerland was like that. They just killed Germans and Allied alike, and they just stood neutral. Does that sound right? That doesn't sound right. Anyway, maybe it was. Maybe that's what they're based on, the Masha here. Did the Swiss? Is that how you say that? The Swiss? That doesn't sound right. How do you say the Swiss people? Because Swiss is an adjective, right? It's like, yeah. Some countries have an adjective and a noun that is different. Like, for example, the Finnish and the Finns, or the British and the Brits. But the Brits, you can also say the British as the noun. But anyway, you have the Dutch. No, the Dutch aren't in the Dutch. It's only the Finns. No, the Swedes. Yes, the Swedish and the Swedes. That's the noun and the adjective. Does Switzerland work like that as well? Anyway, I ramble about the wildest things. I'm very sorry about it. So, I would like to discuss the Owen. Vir Alar grows wary. We are nervous about discussing our practices with outsiders. They are often too eager to judge without taking time to understand us. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure, he says. You know the basics? Yes, they're slaves. When a free vol goes too far into debt... apparently, now we have different levels of debt. Not just flat out falling into debt. They must live off of their credit cards all day long, and they just have to pay the rent. They can't... People here can't own houses, you see? And they have to pay the rent. And they pay it with their credit card. Now, when their credit card exceeds a certain threshold, they immediately become slaves for life. I'm sorry, Owen for life. And their kids as well, depending on what motorcycle they bought. How would they be even more debtier? Did they? What happened? Like the mechanism for them to be in a lot of debt. What is that? Did they have a very big house? Was their rent just so enormous that they have to work, and their kids? What happens to them if they don't have kids? That they are I mean, considering the nonsense that this government is, they probably have forced insemination and stuff like that. Actually, I say forced insemination. Forced breeding is probably the correct term, because insemination would be only for people who can give birth, whereas people who can't would need to... Anyway, anyway, we're out of time for the day, so let's not ramble about stuff anymore. I'll ramble about stuff next episode, but for right now, I'm Conqueror RPG, and this has been Queen's Wish. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later, but above all, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.